The clock beside my bed reads 12:47, and I've been lying here long enough that the numbers have burned themselves into my vision like little ghosts. My body is heavy against the sheets, weighted down by the fullness of the day that won't quite release me. But my mind, my mind is doing loops it shouldn't be doing at this hour. It's doing spirals. It's retracing conversations I had 6 hours ago, examining them for meaning that probably wasn't even there. It's pulling up moments I'd forgotten until the room got dark and quiet, and suddenly everything came flooding back, like someone opened a door I didn't know was there. I can feel my chest rising and falling, but it doesn't feel like breathing. It feels like gasping without the panic, if that's possible. That tight sensation, that familiar one that visits me when the world gets quiet and I'm left alone with just me and everything I didn't say today and everything I'm worried I did say wrong. The ceiling fan is on, making that soft whirring sound it always makes. And normally that sound is comforting, like white noise meant to lull me away from consciousness. But tonight, it sounds almost like a timer, like something counting down while I'm supposed to be sleeping, and I can't seem to find the off switch in my own head. I've tried the usual things. I've put my phone down. It's across the room now, which I thought would help, which usually does help. But tonight, my mind just scrolled through my phone on its own, replaying texts and emails in this endless loop like I'm stuck in some kind of mental browser tab that won't close. I've counted my breaths, in through my nose, out through my mouth, and by the time I get to 137 days, my mind has somehow wandered to that presentation next week, the one that everyone's counting on me for, the one where I need to sound confident and capable when I don't feel either of those things. I've tried thinking of ocean waves. That's supposed to be relaxing, isn't it? Waves washing over the sand, taking everything with them, leaving clean slate after clean slate. But my ocean just kept pulling up old things, driftwood from years ago, things I thought I'd let wash away. The shadows in my room are long tonight. The streetlight outside my window casts these dark, stretched out shapes across my wall, and they look like they're reaching toward me. My dresser looks different in this light. My books look different. Everything looks like a stranger version of itself, and I'm lying here in my familiar bed in this unfamiliar darkness, and I feel small. I feel impossibly small, like the whole weight of the world is pressing down on my chest, and no one knows I'm awake and struggling. My family is asleep. My friends are asleep. The world is asleep, and it's just me and this racing mind that won't obey me. Why won't it obey me? I'm so tired. I'm so desperately, bone deep tired, and yet my mind refuses to rest. It's like there's a part of me that doesn't feel safe enough to let go. Like if I fall asleep, something will slip through the cracks. Something I should have handled will go unhandled. Something I worried about will come true while I'm unconscious. So my mind keeps spinning and spinning, trying to problem solve the world into submission, trying to think through every possible scenario, every possible outcome, every possible thing that could go wrong, so that maybe, just maybe, I can prevent it. But it doesn't work that way, does it? My mind knows this. Deep down, I know this. But knowing doesn't seem to stop the spinning. I can feel where today still lives in my body. There's tension across my shoulders. There's tightness in my jaw that I didn't even notice I was clenching. My hands are curled into small fists on top of the blanket, ready for something, defending against something, holding on to something that won't let me go. I spent the whole day holding things together, holding my face together, holding my voice steady on that call with my boss, holding my patience when someone disappointed me, holding my tears back because there wasn't time or space or permission to let them fall. And now that it's dark, now that everyone else is sleeping, I'm still holding, I'm still gripping, I'm still bracing. My thoughts keep circling back to the things I didn't say today, the conversations where I made myself smaller to make someone else more comfortable, the moments where I swallowed my truth because I was afraid of the consequences, the times I smiled when I wanted to cry, the times I laughed at jokes that felt cruel, the times I apologized for things that weren't my fault, And I'm here in the darkness, having all the conversations I should have had, rehearsing all the things I should have said, all the ways I should have stood taller, spoken louder, been braver, and it's too late now. It's always too late by the time I'm lying in bed in the dark. There's a voice in my head that sounds a lot like my own voice. And it's saying things that I would never say to another person, but I let it say to me. It's saying that I'm not enough, that my efforts weren't sufficient, that I'm falling behind, that I'm falling short, that I'm not quite measuring up to whatever invisible ruler I've been using to gauge myself. It's saying that I should have done better at work. I should have been more present at home. I should have been a better friend. I should have had more patience. I should have had more energy. I should have had more to give. And the fact that I'm empty now just proves that I was weak to begin with. And my mind believes this voice. My body believes this voice. And I'm lying here in the dark, getting smaller and smaller under the weight of all the ways I'm not enough. The house is so quiet. Sometimes I can hear the refrigerator humming downstairs. That steady mechanical sound that's proof that something else is still functioning while I'm up here falling apart in slow motion. I can hear the occasional car passing on the street outside, headlights briefly illuminating my room before disappearing back into darkness. I can hear the wind in the trees. I can hear the absolute silence underneath all of those sounds, the silence that comes when the world goes to sleep and you're the only one left awake. That's when the thoughts get loudest, isn't it? That's when they fill the space where other sounds used to live. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of my mind doing this to me. I'm tired of lying here, fighting myself, trying to force sleep like it's some kind of obedience issue, when really it's just me being terrified of something I can't quite name. Terrified of letting go, terrified of being helpless, terrified that if I stop running and striving and thinking and planning and worrying, then everything will fall apart. So I stay awake, I stay vigilant, I stay ready for something that's probably never coming. And this is where I've been for the last hour. This is where I've been every night this week, and most nights last week, and the week before that. Trapped in my own mind like it's a room with no doors. Trapped with thoughts that won't stop circulating. Trapped with memories that won't stop visiting me. Trapped with worries about tomorrow and regrets about yesterday. And the only time that exists is this endless now. This 12:47 a conseil that feels like it might stretch on forever. My eyes feel heavy, but my mind feels alert. My body feels like it's made of lead, but my thoughts are flying. I'm tired enough to sleep for a week, but I'm wired enough to stay awake all night. I'm caught in that awful liminal space where rest should be possible but isn't. Where my body is begging for mercy, but my mind won't grant it. Where I'm physically exhausted and mentally unable to surrender. And that's when I realize I need to pray. Not the kind of prayer where I recite words I'm supposed to say. Not the kind where I'm checking a box or going through motions. But the kind where I'm honest. The kind where I'm broken. The kind where I'm small enough to admit that I can't do this alone. That my mind is too loud. That my heart is too heavy. That I need help. I need something bigger than my own mind to help me quiet it. I need something stronger than my own will to help me surrender. I need someone. So I close my eyes and I start speaking into the darkness, not knowing if anyone is listening, but knowing that if I don't speak, I'll explode. God, I'm here. I'm here in the dark, and I'm so tired. I'm so tired of fighting my own mind. I'm so tired of trying to think my way to peace when thinking is exactly what's keeping the peace away. I'm so tired of being strong. I'm so tired of being capable. I'm so tired of holding everything together when I feel like I'm falling apart. And the worst part is, I don't even know how to ask for help because I've been taught that asking for help is the same as admitting I'm weak, and being weak is not acceptable. So I just keep going. I keep trying. I keep spinning. I keep spinning and spinning and spinning, and I'm dizzy now. I'm so dizzy with the effort of it all. My mind won't stop. God, that's the problem. That's the thing I'm confessing right now. in the dark. To you or to nothing or to whoever is listening, my mind won't stop. It won't obey me. It won't let me rest. It keeps pulling up conversations from years ago. It keeps showing me all the ways I'm not enough. It keeps reminding me of all the things that could go wrong. It keeps insisting that I need to figure everything out right now, at this very moment, at 12:47 a.m., when no one else in the world is expecting anything from me. But apparently, I'm expecting everything from myself. I'm demanding that I solve problems that don't need solving right now. I'm demanding that I figure out the future before I've even lived through the present. I'm demanding that I be someone I'm not and do things I can't do. And I'm exhausted. I feel the word settle over me as I say it silently. Exhausted. That's the word. Not just tired. Not just sleepy. Exhausted. Like there's nothing left in the tank. Like I've given everything I have, and then kept giving from some reserve I didn't even know I had. And now that reserve is empty, and I'm running on fumes and fear and stubborn determination to not fall apart. I don't know when I started believing that if I stopped fighting, everything would crumble, but I did. Somewhere along the way, I learned that my effort is the only thing holding the world together. My worry is the only thing keeping bad things from happening. My sleeplessness is somehow protecting everyone I love. My exhaustion is a kind of love, a kind of devotion, a kind of proof that I care. And if I rest, if I stop trying, if I let myself fall asleep, then somehow I'm being irresponsible. I'm being selfish. I'm failing everyone who depends on me. But God, I'm so small. That's what I'm realizing right now. Lying here in the darkness, I'm so impossibly, undeniably small. And there's no amount of thinking I can do that will make the world safe. There's no amount of worrying I can do that will prevent bad things from happening. There's no amount of striving I can do that will make me finally enough. And maybe that's the thing I've been so afraid to admit. Maybe that's what all this spinning is about. Maybe my mind won't stop because I'm afraid of what will happen if it does. Maybe I'm afraid that if I'm quiet long enough, I'll have to face the truth that I'm not in control. I never was. And that thought is more terrifying than any scenario my mind can conjure. I can feel my chest getting tight again. That familiar tightness that comes when I'm getting close to the truth. Close to the thing I don't want to see. Close to the surrender I don't want to make. And my mind is speeding up again, trying to distract me, trying to pull my attention somewhere else, trying to get me to start thinking about tomorrow again, next week, next year, any year but this moment right here. But I'm going to stay here anyway. I'm going to stay with this moment, even though it's uncomfortable, even though it's scary, even though my instinct is to run. God, I can't do this alone. That's what I'm saying. That's the real prayer underneath all the other words. I can't do this. I can't think myself into peace. I can't fix myself into wholeness. I can't control my way into safety. And I'm tired of pretending that I can. I'm tired of acting like I have this all figured out when I don't. I'm tired of smiling and nodding and pretending to be fine when I'm not fine. I'm tired of being strong all the time. What if I'm weak right now? What if I admitted that? What if I just stopped? And as I think that thought, something shifts. Something in the atmosphere of my room seems to change. Like the air just got a little warmer, a little softer. Like something settled into the space beside me. Like I'm not quite as alone as I was a moment ago. I can still see the shadows on my wall, but they don't look like they're reaching toward me anymore. They look like they're just shadows, just the natural consequence of light and objects. Nothing to fear, nothing with intention, nothing that's going to hurt me. My breathing starts to slow without me telling it to. It's like someone just turned down the speed of the world a little bit. Like time itself is moving slower, like everything is relaxing. I'm not doing anything differently, but something is different. Something is happening that I'm not causing, which should be terrifying, but instead it feels like relief. And then I hear it, not with my ears, not a voice that anyone else could hear, but somewhere deep in my chest, somewhere in that tight place that's been wound up all day and all night, I hear a voice, and it's not my voice. It's not my fear. It's not my doubt. It's something else. And it's saying, so gently, so quietly, so full of a tenderness I haven't felt in so long that I almost don't recognize it. Sleep. I'm here. The words are so simple. They're barely words at all. They're just two small statements, barely a whisper, but they land somewhere inside me like they're the truest things I've ever heard. Sleep. I'm here. As if to say, you don't have to keep fighting. You don't have to keep thinking. You don't have to keep watching and worrying and planning and protecting. You can let go. You can surrender. You can rest. Because I'm here. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not falling asleep. I'm not taking a break. I'm not distracted by something more important. I'm here with you, watching, guarding, present. And something in me just breaks open. Not in a bad way. In a way that feels like coming home after being lost for a very long time. In a way that feels like permission. Permission to stop. Permission to be weak. Permission to be small. Permission to let someone else be strong while I rest. I can feel my jaw unclenching. I can feel the tension in my shoulders starting to melt. I can feel my hands uncurling from their little fists. I can feel the weight on my chest starting to lift, just slightly, just enough to breathe. My mind is still there, but it's quieter now. It's softer. It's like someone turned down the volume on the noise. The thoughts are still coming, but they're not loud anymore. They're not demanding. They're not insistent. They're just there, like clouds passing through the sky, like they don't require me to do anything about them, like I don't have to chase them or fight them or solve them. I can just let them drift past. Sleep. I'm here. Those 4 syllables have shifted something fundamental in the way I'm experiencing this moment. They've unlocked something tight inside me. They've given me permission to do the one thing I've been refusing to do for hours, let go. And God, I realize that this is what faith actually means. It's not believing that nothing bad will ever happen. It's not believing that I have it all figured out and the future is secure. It's not believing that if I just think hard enough and try hard enough, I can control the outcome of everything. It's believing that someone is here, someone is watching, someone cares about me even when I'm falling apart, even when my mind won't stop, even when I'm small and weak and exhausted. Someone is here who is strong enough to hold everything I can't hold. Someone is here who doesn't need me to figure it all out. Someone is here who actually wants me to rest. And that someone is not disappointed in me for being tired. That someone is not waiting for me to be stronger. That someone is not calculating the ways I've failed. That someone is just here. Whispering, sleep. I'm here. As if those are the only words I need to know. As if that's the only promise that matters right now. My room is still dark, but it doesn't feel dark in a scary way anymore. It feels dark in a held way. Like the darkness is a blanket that's been drawn up around me, warm and gentle and safe. The shadows on my wall have stopped being threatening. They're just part of the peace now. They're part of the quiet. They're part of the softness that's settling over everything. I can feel sleep starting to pull at the edges of my consciousness. It's not aggressive. It's not forcing me. It's just there, waiting for me to open the door, inviting me, suggesting that it might be time to finally let myself drift away. And I realize that I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid of what will happen if I sleep. I'm not afraid that everything will fall apart. I'm not afraid that I'm failing if I rest. Because you're here. You're here in the dark. You're here in the quiet. You're here in this moment where I'm finally small enough to be held. You're here in the spaces between my thoughts where the noise used to be. You're here in my chest where the tightness has been. You're here in my shoulders where the weight has been. You're here in the room with me. And you're the only one who doesn't need me to be anything other than exactly what I am right now. Tired, exhausted, fragile, broken, and finally willing to let someone else be strong. My thoughts are getting softer. They're not racing anymore. They're not spiraling. They're just gentle wanderings, the kind that come right before sleep, the kind that don't demand anything of me. I'm thinking about the way morning light will feel on my face tomorrow. I'm thinking about how good it will feel to have rested. I'm thinking about how this moment, this dark moment where everything got quiet, will be the thing that sustains me through tomorrow. I'm thinking about how I'm going to wake up and face the world again, but not tonight. Tonight, I get to be here in this held space, with your presence wrapping around me like a covering I didn't know I needed, but now can't imagine living without. My breathing has slowed all the way down now. It's deep and even and gentle. It sounds like someone who is finally starting to rest. It sounds like someone who has permission to stop fighting. It sounds like someone who is finally believing, even if just for tonight, that it's okay to be held. It's okay to be weak. It's okay to be small. The clock still reads time, but I'm not checking it anymore. Time doesn't matter right now. Tomorrow doesn't matter right now. Yesterday doesn't matter right now. All that matters is this moment. And in this moment, I'm safe. In this moment, I'm held. In this moment, you're here. Sleep. I'm here. Those words are playing over and over in my mind now, like a lullaby, like a promise, like a truth so fundamental and so complete that I don't need any other words. I don't need explanations. I don't need to understand how it's possible that you're here and I'm here and somehow everything is okay. I just need to believe it. And I do. I believe it. Here in the darkness, in this moment where I'm finally still enough to feel your presence, I believe it. And God, I'm sorry for all the times I didn't believe it. All the times I thought I had to do it all myself. All the times I treated sleep like a failure instead of a blessing. All the times I treated rest like laziness instead of trust. All the times I acted like my effort was the only thing holding the world together. I'm sorry for being so afraid of surrender that I made myself sick with worry. I'm sorry for all the ways I've rejected your provision and insisted on my own power. But I'm here now. I'm finally here. And I'm letting myself receive what you've been trying to give me all along. The permission to rest. The assurance that I'm loved not because I'm strong, but because I'm yours. The truth that my worth isn't tied to my productivity or my success or my ability to solve problems and protect everyone around me. The radical, revolutionary, completely countercultural idea that I can just rest, that I can let myself be held, that I can trust that you've got this, even when I don't. Sleep is coming. I can feel it now, like a gentle tide washing over me, pulling me deeper and deeper into softness. My body is getting heavier, but in a good way, in a way that feels like sinking into something safe, in a way that feels like finally being allowed to put down all the things I've been carrying. And as I drift, I'm going to hold on to this one thing. If you're here, I can rest. If you're here, I'm safe. If you're here, everything is okay. Maybe not everything will be fine. Maybe tomorrow will bring its own challenges and worries and fears. But tonight, in this moment, with your presence surrounding me like a warm covering, everything is okay. I am okay. I am enough. I am loved. I am held. And I'm so grateful. I'm so deeply, profoundly grateful for this moment, for this reprieve, for this permission, for you, stepping into my darkness and whispering the only words I needed to hear. Sleep. I'm here. I'm trusting you with my mind now. I'm trusting you with tomorrow. I'm trusting you with all the things I can't control and all the ways I'm not enough. I'm trusting you because I've finally admitted that I have no other choice. And somehow, that admission feels like the most beautiful, most liberating thing in the world. Sleep is here. I can feel it pulling me down now. Gentle and insistent and kind. And for the first time all night, I'm not resisting it. For the first time all night, I'm not fighting it. I'm just surrendering to it. The way a leaf surrenders to the water. The way a bird surrenders to the wind. The way I'm surrendering to this moment and to your presence, and to the radical, impossible idea that I can finally be still. My eyes are getting heavy now. My thoughts are getting dreamier. The room is starting to fade a little bit around the edges. But I'm not afraid, because you're here. You're here in the dark. You're here in the quiet. You're here in this moment where I'm finally letting go. Sleep. I'm here. Those 4 syllables are the last thing I'm conscious of before I drift away. Those 4 syllables are the last thing I need to know before I surrender to sleep. Those 4 syllables are the promise that holds me through the night, through my dreams, through all the hours until morning comes. When my mind won't stop, God whispers peace into the night. And tonight, I finally heard him. And tonight, I finally let myself listen. And tonight, for the first time in so long, I'm finally going to rest. Sleep comes, and I let it, and I'm finally home.